The novel The Prince and the Pauper. Critical comment on the chapter 3, Tom's meeting with the prince. Tom's meeting with the prince. Write down. The chapter 3 of the novel. The chapter 3 of the novel includes, INCLUDES, includes the most important event the most important event of the most important event of the plot. The most important event of the plot. That is the meeting between the meeting between the two protagonists, protagonist, 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 main characters, meeting between the two protagonists, Tom and Edward. Or you can write within bracket, Prince and the Pauper. Go right. Tom's meeting with the prince is accidental, 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 by chance, accidental. When Tom, next sentence, when Tom happens to be at the royal palace gate, when Tom happens to be at the royal palace gate, royal palace gate, this accidental meeting takes place. Full stop. The prince comes to help Tom. The prince comes to help Tom when one of the gatekeepers hurts Tom. Hurts Tom. Hurts Tom. Full stop. On the prince's command, on the prince's command, Tom is allowed. A-double-L-O-W-D. Tom is allowed to come into the palace. Come into the palace. Full stop. For Tom. For Tom. His lifelong ambition. His lifelong ambition. A-M-B-I-T-I-O, ambition comes true. Comes true. He meets a living prince. He meets a living prince that he has been expecting to see. He has been expecting to see. S-double-D-C. He has been expecting to see. For the prince, Tom's meeting with him, Tom's meeting with him is a new experience. Is a new experience. Is a new experience. This accidental meeting, next sentence, this accidental meeting this accidental meeting brings out brings out brings out A detailed image of both characters. A detailed image of both characters. A detailed image of both characters. Both characters. Both characters. Most often. Most often. Both Prince and the pauper share, S-H-A-R-E, share similar characteristics. Similar characteristics as two young boys. As two young boys of the same age. Of the same age. Of the same age. They are curious, C-U-R-I-O-U-S, curious, in wanting to know. They are curious in wanting to know the unknown. The unknown, U-N-K-N-O-W-N. Wanting to know the unknown. Unknown. For the prince. For the prince. It is the first time of his life. It is the first time of his life it is the first time of his life that he meets a beggar boy. He meets a beggar boy because because he has a limited experience. He has a limited experience about the world and the people. About the world and the people beyond, beyond, beyond the palace, beyond the palace. Full stop. Therefore, therefore, the prince has to know much. The prince has to know much. The prince has to know much from Tom. Then Tom does. Full stop. Tom has already acquired. Tom has already acquired ACQUIRED. Tom has already acquired much knowledge about royal people. Much knowledge about royal people from Andrew's books. From Andrew's books. But the prince has no such. The prince has no such education about the ordinary people, about the ordinary people of his country, of his country. Full stop. By questioning Tom, by questioning Tom, by questioning Tom, the prince learns. The prince learns how people live, how people live, beyond the palace walls, beyond the palace walls. He also learns, he also learns how ordinary people or citizens, how ordinary citizens or people suffer from, how ordinary people suffer from The basic needs of life. The basic needs of life such as food, clothing, and housing. And housing. Housing. Full stop. The prince also comes to know that the prince also comes to know that people of his country are not given any education, as the royal people are, as the royal people are. The prince is worried about the prince is worried about the people's sufferings, the people's sufferings, especially Tom's miserable life at awful court. Full stop. He promises to help Tom's family. He promises to help Tom's family by giving some clothing, by giving some clothing and even servants, and even servants. Full stop. The prince is mostly attracted. The prince is mostly attracted. The prince is mostly attracted Tom's free and easy life. Tom's free and easy life at Oval Court. At Oval Court. Full stop. He notices a strange difference. He notices a strange difference between his royal life and beggar's life. His royal life and beggar's life. Full stop. The prince understands that Tom's life does not have luxury, luxury, comfort, luxury, comfort, and a well-honored social status, a well-honored, HNOURED, well-honored social status, but he has much personal and mental freedom, much personal and mental freedom as a beggar. As a beggar. Full stop. Next paragraph. Write down the subtitle, subtopic, the exchange of clothes, the exchange of clothes between the two protagonists. The exchange of clothes between the two protagonists. Go on, write in. The most significant and important and important event is the exchange of clothes. The exchange of clothes between the two protagonists. Between the two protagonists. Full stop. The two boys have their own childish reasons. Childish. Have their own childish reasons to exchange each other's garments or clothes. To exchange each other's garments for some temporary pleasure. For some temporary, 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 short time. For some temporary pleasure, pleasure, pleasure. Full stop. Both the boys have their childish desires. Their childish desires of experiencing each other's lives. Each other's lives for a moment. Each other's lives for a moment. Full stop. It is the prince. It is the prince who suggests, S-U-G-G-E-S-T-S, who suggests the exchange of clothes between them to feel like a beggar and to feel like a a prince. And to feel like a prince. Full stop. However, the two boys, the two boys do not understand, do not understand the effects of harmful effects of exchanging clothes, exchanging clothes between them. They do not know, they do not know that their social and personal identities, their social and personal identities their social and personal identities are brought about by their clothes, by their clothes. Full stop. Tom appears as a beggar. Tom appears as a beggar because of his dirty, ragged, R-A-G-G-D, ragged attire, A-T-T-I-R-E, dress, A-T-T-I-R-E, ragged attire. Full stop. And Edward appears as a prince. And Edward appears as a prince because of his princely attire. His princely royal attire. Full stop. But the two boys think of their momentary satisfaction, M-O-M-E-N-T-A-R-Y, momentary satisfaction of one desire, one desire, one desire. Full stop. On Prince's command, they exchange clothes. They exchange clothes, but they do not see any difference. But they do not see any difference between them. But they soon begin to feel. But they soon begin to feel the effect of exchange in clothes. Full stop. The prince feels this. In very unpleasant way. The prince feels this in very unpleasant way. When he goes to the royal gate, when he goes to the royal gate, to punish the soldier who hurt Tom, who hurt Tom. Full stop. The prince does not appear like a prince to the soldier or guard, G-U-A-R-D, because he does not have it. He does not have his princely uniform. Princely uniform. Full stop. The people respect and honor. The people respect and honor the uniform and not the person. The people respect and honor the uniform and not the person. Full stop. The guard at the gate mistakes Edward, for the pauper boy who went into the palace with the prince. Full stop. For the guard, the prince is no more a prince. The prince is no more a prince because he does not have his princely costume. Princely costume. Therefore, he kicks the prince out of the palace gate into the street. Into the street. Full stop. The prince never expects the prince never expects such a tragedy, tragedy, out of exchanging clothes with Tom. Exchanging clothes with Tom. The prince becomes a real beggar boy. Of the street and will soon experience the miseries of beggar's life, in realistic, realistic, realistic situations. In realistic situations. Full stop. Tom will also experience princely life. Tom will also experience a princely life in realistic situations. In realistic situations. The story of the two protagonists begins. The story of the two protagonists begins from this exchange of clothes. From this exchange of clothes. Right. That is all for the critical comment on chapter 3.